on YouTube. Here's Instagram. Boom. Live everywhere. VeganSteven podcast is available on all the things. We're talking iTunes, we're talking YouTube, we're talking Spotify, we're talking someplace called Archer, which I do ads for now. We are talking about all of the things. It's the VeganSteven podcast. VeganSteven is the king of consistency. Here's the legal disclaimer. Flippers. Okay, here we go. Quiet in the back, please. This is serious. Shh, shh, shh. Okay. Shh, 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 shh. I'm not going to tell you again. I'll be thrown out. I don't think that lad in the corner is even drinking. And of course, the Instagram is on backwards. We can confirm that the Instagram was on backwards, but now we're live everywhere. Here we go. Oh! The show's about to begin. The show's about to begin. Young man, we're just waiting for you. Fair play to you. Okay. Here we go. VeganSteven podcast. Here we go. Oh my word. We're looking well today. We're looking well. Okay. VeganSteven podcast is a parody of a podcast. VeganSteven is a fictional character. All guests are allegedly fictional characters. All characters, even those based in this show, even those based on real people, are entirely fictional. Celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. Today we are talking about, ladies and gentlemen, blackmail. We've all done it with our siblings. That's right, VeganSteven knows what you got up to. VeganSteven remembers that time you showed your cousin your genitals when you're young. You thought everyone forgot about it. VeganSteven podcast, everyone. Can you believe it? Yesterday, VeganSteven went off the flippin' hooky whoop. How are you getting on? You're looking well. Yesterday, VeganSteven went off the. Oh Jesus! I like your top. I like what you're wearing today. VeganSteven went absolutely off the wagon yesterday. He went absolutely bananas. He claimed that he's going to do a push-up competition. That is right. VeganSteven is going to do a push-up competition with none other than your boy. I should probably slag him. Oh my god. Does Blind Boy wear a wig? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Does Blind Boy walk around with a used condom in his shoes? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Does Blind Boy have a glass eye? And maybe is legally blind and he likes sticking crunchies in his back pocket. I don't know. I'm just asking. So listen, I'm challenging this lad. I'm sick. Here's what I'm gonna do when me and Blind Boy are doing the push-ups at the spire. Right? We're gonna go 1. And as you know, VeganSteven does not push himself up when he's doing push-ups. He pushes the ground down. So there will be a crack in the Earth's equator when me and Blind Boy go at this at the spire. The whole man, CNN, there might be helicopters, there might be news teams from around the world, because as you know, it's going to be a battle for the best #1 podcast. It's going to be myself, VeganSteven, versus Blind Boy. Battle of the wits, battle of the sexes. At Spire, the winner will be announced, the #1 podcaster in Ireland. That is right, the #1 podcaster in Ireland. We have I need some push-up training, then I beat you. It's all to play for. Stronger than Atlantis? Billy Joel's, how you getting on? Athletes, I don't know. But listen, do you want to see my muscles? As you know, Blind Boy he likes hitting the gym. He's got pictures of himself on the internet. Muscles as big as trees. Now, VeganSteven has been working out non-stop at the gym, flat out there, So look at that, baby. Look at that. That's raw. We're talking farmer's tan. We got a lovely tan here. Where are we? We got a gorgeous tan there, and as you can tell, it gets paler as it goes up until it kind of blends into. This isn't a white t-shirt. This is just my skin, by the way, because I'm Irish, and that's what every Irish person looks like underneath their jacket. Leprechauns are false, but Irish people being pale. Oh, the VeganSteven jacket. Well, I might have to do this feckin' topless at this stage. Okay, we got some more shit hot stuff going on here in the chat. Hannah says, oh yeah, obviously, how could I pass that up? Ripped. Yeah, so as you see, I'm a solid muscle here. I will be outdoing celebrities on push-ups in public at Spire. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to give away any of my secrets to my push-up competitions, but just between me and you, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be like this, right? It's going to be me and him eyeballing it, right? Face to face. 1 push-up, 2 push-up, right? And then number 3, give him one of these. Hat off. Bang. Right in the side of the face. He won't be expecting that. Hat back on. The judge, I'll be like, here, judge, what's that over there? I'll be like, is that immigration? Everyone run away. Oh, jeez. I don't know if you're allowed to joke about immigration, but you're fucking. Anyway, we'll be battling for number 1 podcast in Ireland, because as we know, VeganSteven is the number 1 vegan podcast. But is it? The real question, are you on crack? Yes, of course. Oh, God. I get on a few bear cells. Oh. Yes, I am on, as immigration knows, every Irish person is on crack. And that is why the things will happen. Okay. So listen, we're here to talk about blackmail today. All right, we've all done it. We've all done it growing up. You know, like with your siblings growing up and that. Like, I'll tell mom about those blue magazines you have under your bed, and all that. Right. So there was a very bold boy. His name was something like Jeffrey Epstein, and allegedly he had an island which was a honeypot. Now, ladies and gentlemen, good quality listeners of the VeganSteven podcast, what is a honeypot island? You want to know? Well, I'm here to tell you. That a honeypot is where basically it was an island where they bring like politicians and stuff in, and they have them do stuff like they have them having sex with a girl, right? So they're there having sex with maybe consensual. Yes, kind of, a little bit consensual sex. So they get these, if someone's big in, like, becoming like a powerful person of influence, they get them into this honeypot island. They, this is an old tactic like the CIA and stuff allegedly used. Remember, this is entertainment news, not facts, so let's not carry, he's just a character. Jeez, thanks very much. Real question is Hannah in crack. Man, it's all going down here in the comment section. Don't mind the VeganSteven podcast. Just fucking look at the comments, man. Shit's going down. I'd rather a pot of gold than a pot filled with bee vomit. What? Are people just going, like, talking shy? Yes, that's right, Brian Slattery's VeganSteven here, the king of consistency. You can buy 1 hat for €100, 2 hats for €200. It's only for sale for the next flipping, before Christmas. Yeah, and then next year is 2020, and then the hat will be going up to €200. Now, if you want to be like me, doing push-up competitions, staring your competition eye dead in the eye, giving the old VeganSteven special, they won't be expecting that. They'll lose their balance. Bang! You win the competition every time. Slats says Slates. I am Batman. How many times have you guys seen The Joker? That film with Joaquin Phoenix? I've seen it 2.5 times. And I say 2.5 times because I kept falling asleep. It was such a good film, but I kept falling asleep. I kept watching it. You know, you're watching a film. I kept being like, oh, this seems like a bit of a sad film. I'll wait till tonight just so because I like to get my best energy out, in the morning, and then by about 6 o'clock I'm just ready for the bed, because it's hard to remain this level of intensity. I remember, Anna, how you getting on, Anna? Anna, will you go out with my friend A Few Brave Souls? Is this VeganSteven podcast comment section is the new Tinder? I can say that. So the new Tinder, forget Tinder, the new VeganSteven Seal of Approval app is just the famous. Now, Brian Slats, I can confirm that it is only one hat per customer. I got a phone call off the founding fathers of America there, George Washington, and all the boys, and they said, listen, we need a hat, one for each of the founding fathers. And I said, listen, sorry, it's only one hat per customer. Jesus Christ himself came back from the dead and rang me up. He said, listen, VeganSteven, I need 12 hats, one for each of the apostles. I said, listen, Jesus, I like what you're doing, but it's one hat per customer. Jesus Christ came down and he said, listen, VeganSteven, I'm after coming back, just to get a hat. And I said, listen, I don't make up the rules, pal. I just think them up and write them down. So, by the way, VeganSteven does not make up any of his own jokes. I have a writing staff of 7 people who make up all my jokes. I've still seen it, but I'd love to. Oh, nice one. Man, comments are fucking awesome. How you getting on, everyone? May I just say that... the VeganSteven listener has at least 300 IQ points and is at least 75 better looking than the average podcast consumer. That is right. VeganSteven podcast listeners are 15% better looking than the average podcast consumer. Can you believe it? Oh, who wants to hear a song? So back to the CIA conspiracy theory anyway with your boy Jeffrey Epstein's. So he had this island. He brings people to the island. They have sex with someone. There's a foot rub involved. I've heard there's a foot rub involved, and then they have the sex, and they record it anyway. And then generally if you're going to a high power position, they want to make sure you have something to lose. So there's blackmail involved. There's usually want to make sure you're happily married and have a kid, so that you have a lot to lose and so on. So basically they bring on this island and they just like a horror story, isn't it? Well, it could be made up. Who knows? Welcome to the Steven Vegan podcast. That's gas. It'd be like me getting the tattoo, like go out on a night, drinking night out in Ibiza or something. I get the tattoo, but it's the wrong way around, and like vegan is spelled wrong. It's like vegetarian Steven. I'm like, no, it's meant to be VeganSteven. It's a drunk tattoo. Give us some music. What's with all this talk? This talking needs to be stopped. If you want my music, you can come see the live show. All right, this is all building hype. This is all building hype for the live show. The live show has been reviewed by Zeus and other gods such as Oprah Winfrey's, and they gave it a 9.5 out of 10. So I can guarantee that the live show will be a life-changing experience. It'll just be me being there, saying hello to the people, performing some of my back catalogue, some of my greatest hits. I've got fucking in the back fucking catalogue of the tunes there and all the things. And I've been given little tasters on each podcast. I tried to play Ireland is Too Far. No, I'm coming to you guys. I'm going around the world. So I'm going to be doing all around Ireland, then all around England, then flying to wherever. So my cats can't be left. Stay obsessed. Alright, well, yeah. So basically, if you guys have a house party or whatever, like above 20 people or whatever, I'll come up, play an intimate show, meet everyone there, just see how everyone's getting on, just see how people are getting on, like having all chat, having all beer, have a few lols. I'll play a few songs, and then that's it. That is it. Alright, here we go. They are welcome. Bring them. It's my shows are half price if you bring your own cat. So if you want to save money, get a cat now, and you'll save half the entry fee on every VeganSteven show. How funny is that? We're just like, sorry, you can't come in unless you have a cat, and people are going out like robbing cats off the street, pretending they're theirs. I heard a few brave souls as does that in a night out. He robs cats to get into nightclubs, half price. You couldn't make it up. There is no ethical revolution. We have the power to make decisions. Following the dawn will only make you out of prison. For years nobody's listened. Well, ignorance is not innocence. And you say you were just doing your job. Who's for sale and who can't be bought? You say you were just doing your job. Who's for sale and who can't be bought? You've had a spiritual revelation. How can you lead the organization? Following your hoe will only get you sex. Oh my god, that was a taster of the VeganSteven back catalogue. You can see that live anytime you want at the VeganSteven show. Can you believe it? Alright, what are the comments? How are you getting on? Bring them. Bella might be into it, but Worf is afraid. God damn it, Worf. He's scared, covered in fleas. Jesus. He hates the outside world as he almost died out there. Crap indeed. The music tasted good. Yeah, what you want to do for a hit song is you want to get some cinnamon, about 3 grams of cinnamon. Oh god, you need one of these chord extensions. Just put that in, let it simmer for about 2 weeks, let the flavours develop. Drop in 1 spoonful of controversy, and then just rip off some other song someone else did, just sing over it. No one knows. Alright, so that's how you write a hit song. Hope you enjoy that. So, what are we on with? Jeffrey Epstein's and the Prince. Did anyone watch that interview with the Prince Andrew? He just looks like a bold boy getting given out to by the principal. He's pretty much just arguing over the little details. He's like, sure, I was on a paedophile island for 7 days, but I was just there to tell him that I wasn't going to be his friend anymore. Apparently Andrew, in the interview, he says he went over this. Anyway, the Queen of England, her son is called Andrew, right? So Andrew went over to this island to play with his mate Jeffrey Epstein, alright? Because Jeffrey Epstein had a bit of merchandise in his house that the other lad wants to play with and that, you know? I'm just saying merchandise because if I say paedophile racket, I'll probably get sick of my shoes. So, merchandise anyway. So yeah, he went over to the island full of underage women, and he was just going there, he says, to tell Jeffrey that they couldn't be friends anymore. Alright, so he's going to his house, tell him he couldn't be friends anymore, and then what happened was, he stayed 7 days. Have you ever gone to your friend's house to tell them you can't be friends anymore and stayed there for 7 days? Fuck me. So he looks a bit guilty. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Andrew. His mom has cancelled his birthday, apparently. The Queen, I don't know her name, Queen of England, or whatever. So listen, everyone's talking about, Prince Andrew shouldn't be, like riding kids. Is riding kids bad? Yes, that was easy. Now, the royal family have done horrific things. In case that everyone forgot what the royal family did to Ireland. They starved Ireland, fucking turned us into cannibals. We were eating our own people. All sorts of awful shit. So we've all forgotten that, like, about the famine, but they write, that's grand, don't worry about that. Michael Collins and all that, yeah, grand. Northern Ireland, don't worry about that. One kid is rode, like, and the whole world's fucking outraged and saying you can't be doing that. fuck me, like. If I went around, like, taking over countries, I would die with embarrassment. If I was just, like, you know, after taking over Australia and Ireland, I'd just be so embarrassed. I'd be like, sorry, lads, sorry, Ireland, take Northern Ireland back or whatever. I don't know. I'm just talking out my arse here. I'm just a lad in a shed, alright? So don't be taking out what I'm saying seriously. Oh, jeez. I have to rip the label off this before I start the podcast. Right, how's the comments getting on? I heard about the creepy shit. Oh, Jesus. Paedophiles are the worst. England are a bunch of wankers. Oh, shit. Okay, that was a quote from someone else. I didn't say that. Alright? And this whole podcast is made up. It doesn't even exist. So, good luck suing something that doesn't even fucking exist. You're pretty much suing an idea. So, go do your stuff. So once again, this is available on iTunes. I hope you guys are watching the video live on YouTube. There's an entire back catalogue, of all our podcasts every single day, 1 hour long, fully improvised. Should we look at the news? I'm not really arsed looking at the news. I'm a Brit Isles mutt. Fair play to you. I probably have a bit of English in me as well. I'm going to do that classic thing everyone says. I'm not a racist. I hang around with English people. I'm not a racist. I'm not racist. My friends are English. Alright. Whatever. I'm going to trust that you guys are intelligent enough to realise that this is for entertainment, okay? So if I go on shiting about some millionaire, it's just a rumour, alright? I'm going to trust that you guys are intelligent enough. As you guys know, this podcast is at least you have to be over 50 years old if you want to listen to this podcast. That's right, you have to be over 50 years old. Just for legal reasons, this podcast may cause instant death. Boom. Alright, so we're going to talk about some more fights I'm doing. I'm going to be fighting a lad called Junior Brother. I'm going to be fighting a lad called David Keenan. I'm going to be fighting a lad called The Pope. I'm going to be fighting a lad called, what's his name? PDF Pocketbook or something. I can never remember his name. Anyway, it's a battle for... you'll check out yesterday's podcast anyway if you want any of the details. Lol dies. Oh, Jesus. Alright. As I said, the new Tinder is the VeganSteven comment section. It's all happening. People are having babies. People are falling in love. People are finding true happiness in the VeganSteven comment section. It is live. This is not a drill. So your boy Jeffrey Epstein, right? Apparently he pretended to hang himself in... Once again, his daughter, Jeffrey Epstein's daughter, allegedly trafficked all these underage people to have sex with all these creepy old men. So that... To what end, you might ask? To the end of being blackmailed. Because this Jeffrey Epstein man, it has I'm pretty sure what has been proven. I don't know. To be honest, it was about 3 a.m. when I was watching this, so who knows? And it was a very unreliable source. It was some YouTube video that some teenager made in his bedroom, so you know what they're like. All hearsay and a bit of Star Wars. So he made his money, right? His full-time... Do you know why some people are like a plumber? Some people are like a carpenter. Some people are like a hairdresser. This guy's full-time job was blackmailing people. Yeah, true, like, you know, paedophile implications. I'm not talking about the interdimensional paedophiles from space. I'm just talking about the paedophiles. So there's a lot of shite going on at the window there. Yeah, so that's the crack, you know. So yeah, the prince was like, listen, I just went over to Jeff's gaff to tell him we couldn't be friends anymore because he was a convicted sex offender for, like, you know, sleeping with an underage girl or whatever. I don't know the details. And they said 7 days in his gaff just to tell him that they couldn't be friends anymore because he was a convicted sex offender. But anyway, imagine your full-time job being blackmail. That is fucking crazy. Blackmail, like. So what he used to do is take pictures of, these people would be having sex with kids or whatever, and then they go, listen, if we will tell your wife we'll show your wife a video of you having sex with an underage kid, and they're like, what? I didn't know she was underage. And then they're like, well, she was actually like 16 or something. She just looks like she's 21 or something. I don't know how this stuff works. And then they use that as blackmail. Like normally what they do is they like you bring you there with a private jet, get you fucked up on a bit of, a few beers or whatever. It gets around 3 a.m, you've been ingested in class A's for a bit, or whatever you're into, jogging. Maybe if you're just into life, you might have been out jogging all day. And then they're like, here, do you want to have sex with this woman? And they're like, yeah, fuck it. Is she over 18 and all that? And they go, yeah, she's over 18, yeah, go on. And they do a bit of the intercourse. And then they go, only messing, she was actually underage, and now you're a convicted criminal, and we will ruin your kids will hate you, you might commit suicide because of the social pressure of having sex with a minor, and all your other things. Well, basically that's how the blackmail works, to as far as I've heard. So this guy's full-time job was blackmailing, politicians and so on. And he was also became like kind of their drug dealer in a way, because he was kind of like where else are you gonna get to have sex with underage people? I don't know, someone's sending me love hearts. I don't know who it is, but it could be anyone. It could be anyone. Woo! Just playing that in the old piano there, happy days. Camera. The main camera has is it time for the news? Would you like to hear business news first, Irish news, mental health news, or vegan news? I don't know. What do you guys want to hear first? I know the main camera's down. I'll just sort that out any second. Oh yeah, we've got to turn this side. So, once again, listeners, the loyal listeners, you have an option of Irish news, Russia Today news, all the things. We are live on YouTube, video live stream. This is every day. Good morning, Vietnam! Again, I saw that film yesterday. Film review of that film is available in different podcasts. VeganSteven is here to promote positive mental health. Okay, positive mental health, which means I'm going to give you hopefully a tip or two on how to be a little bit happier, more confident. Who knows? We'll see what happens. That's my goal anyway, so I don't know. It's going to be... Alright, here we go. Oh, self-help gurus in trouble. Oh my god. I've been accused of being a self-help guru, so am I? I don't know, you decide. Independent.ie 2 hours ago has a picture of Tony Robbins. In case anyone doesn't know, I used to have a cold shower most mornings, and this guy has a cold kind of pool, like a swim pool, and he kind of jumps in. It's like a way of waking yourself up and shocking your system into being fucking... He's big into peak states, Tony Robbins, and he has a great book called Giant from Within. Anyway, Tony Robbins is in the news today for fuck knows why. We're going to find out. 2 hours ago, independent.ie. This is Irish news, okay? American self-help guru Tony Robbins to target Twitter and BuzzFeed in Irish defamation case. Okay. Tony Robbins is one of my favourite people who ever lived, but he's also very creepy. If you ever watch his stuff, he's a creepy dude. But he's really helped me grow as a person. I love his books and so on. But that just seems to be just people in general. Like, everyone has their own voice, whether it's drinking too much coffee, eating too much food, or whatever they're into. Alright, independent.ie, 13 hours ago. Fear, missing Irish dad murdered by Colombian drug cartel after family sent disturbing videos. Independent.ie has a lad looking like this. He doesn't look happy. Alright, next one. Washout, Dublin, I'm just on Google here, folks. Okay, 4 hours ago, Irish Times. Washout, Dublin is having its wettest. Not like that. Let's be mature. We're not talking about genitals here. Washout. Dublin is having the wettest month in 4 years. Yeah, I was actually... The reason I'm late for the podcast today is because I was with my dad fixing roofs all day. Why is the floor fucking soaking wet? Because the fucking ceiling's leaking. Fuck me. Alright, so listen, that's not important. I was up fixing roofs all day. I was busy being a man. Okay, here we go. My dad was telling me he told me that I should not like let people know I'm vegan because he said people will make fun of me, for being vegan. Oh. But for my dad, anytime I tell my dad stuff like what I'm doing, he I don't know if he only half listens or what the crack is, but he always seems very surprised when I tell him like what I'm doing. I don't know. Like he was like, "Listen, son, you shouldn't tell people you're vegan because it makes you an open target. Leaves you open for like people making fun of you and all this stuff. How you getting on, Lon Maddie? Oh Jesus, Hoax the boy. Oh, Hun the boy. I'll give you €5 for the hat. It's €100, €200 2020. It's not haggling. It's a fucking professional. Doran, keep it together. Or as Doran likes to be called, Kubrick. Me and Kubrick are working on some films, and Bragg, what's the beef? I don't know. Me and Kubrick are working on some films. He says he lives in Wexford or something. So you know what Kubrick's like. All right, here we go. We're staying on track. Irish news. We've already done that. On to the next one. World news. World news. Oh, God. Guardian, 3 hours ago. Go, game, master, quits, says, machines cannot be defeated. The Guardian, 3 hours ago, has a load of lads here looking a bit guilty. I don't know what they did. We'll find out. The South Korean 18-time world champion lost all but one encounter in the series, but remains the only person to have won a game against ... You gotta click to find out. Alright, what's happening now? That's the Guardian. Next we got... This is world news, sorry. I'm just jumping around like a flea here, so... Might be finding it hard to keep track of what I'm doing. Here we go. Ticking off for Sean Dunn. Grafton Street rents among worlds... I don't know who Sean Dunn is. Grafton Street is a place in Ireland. Okay, we're going to keep reading. 9 hours ago, Irish Times. Staying in corporate world, comma, shares the C or H, that's like an acronym, soured to all-time high as the building materials joined forecast 23% full year earnings. Okay, that didn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. We're going to keep moving. Maybe that resonates with some of the listeners out there. Who knows? Hong Kong has been in the news for the last few days. We're going to find out why. As Hong Kong suffers, China risks losing its financial window. I think I need some snacks. I need some food here. I'm burning a lot of calories here talking. I need like someone here massaging my back. Well, this is a high performance. I'm like a racehorse here. I need someone massaging my back. I need some lad, like a boxing coach, being like, come on, you can do it. I need one of them grill mouth things. I need to like not have sex with the woman for like 2 months before every podcast, just so I'm angry as fuck. I need to I don't know. Here we go. Alright, on to Hong Kong. 15 hours ago. Hong Kong is China's financial window on the world and vice versa. The tyranny leads China capital. Clout and kudos. That's pretty funny. Clout and kudos. China got clout. Clout's like a kind of a hip thing for... It's like a code word for cool as far as I know. Or else respect or reputation. Okay, so that's the crack with Hong Kong. BBC News. See how relaxed I can look while reading the news. Iran protests videos reveal crackdown regime. Tied to hide. It was the fear of such footage reaching the outside world that promoted the authorities to in Iran. Yeah, alright. Yeah, that's what's going on in the world anyway. Fucking hell. Manchester. Oh, sports. Moving on. That's Sky News. Alright, here we go. New Zealand launches world's first HIV positive sperm bank. Oh, that hurts my head. Maybe they're using HIV positive as an acronym to mean like highly efficient and versatile. I don't know. Let's find out what HIV is on about. There's a picture of some lad wearing a glove, so he's not taking any chances with the sperm. He doesn't want to get pregnant. He doesn't want his hand to get pregnant. So once again, we have a picture of a lad who's afraid of getting his hand pregnant. He has a glove on and says, New Zealand launches world's first HIV positive sperm bank. 16 hours ago, The Guardian. The world's first HIV positive sperm bank has been launched in an effort to reduce the stigma experienced by those living with the virus. Oh, Jesus. Why are people obsessed with being empowered? It doesn't matter if you're a fucking woman or if you have fucking AIDS or if you only have half a brain, man. It really, like, you get all your positive energy from yourself. You can't be getting your fucking positivity from people telling you you're cool and it's alright to have AIDS. Like, it's alright to have half a face. It's alright to, like, I teach a guitar course. There's guys out there who play guitar, who have no arms and play guitar with their feet, and they do a lot better than a lot of the guitar students I've taught. Like, people just love making excuses for themselves. Is having HIV shy crack? Yeah, HIV is probably like fucking shy crack. But HIV is not a trendy disease anymore, ladies and gentlemen. The new trendy disease is cancer. So, sorry HIV, you're too late. Okay, once again, this is a parody of a podcast, so I realise what I'm saying is not funny, but I'm just trying to make a joke. Alright, whatever. You shouldn't joke about people dying. Alright, whatever. I'm sure people know that right now there's medication which pauses the HIV virus, as in it stops it progressing. So a lot of people, you can have HIV and live like, to your 80s or 90s or whatever. It's not an ideal position to be in and so on. But anyway, listen, I'm just talking off hearsay and reading half an article here, so I haven't looked into sperm. Apparently sperm goes very fast, and oh Jesus, apparently it goes very fast, like 30 miles an hour or something. So I'm just practicing here for my push-up competition. Oh God. Sperm goes really fast, so that's why I'd recommend, if you're going to be doing the old facials, how are you getting on? If you want to be doing the old facials, wear some sunglasses, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, we're moving on. Thanks for the love hearts, people. You're very nice. I really appreciate it. VeganSteven listeners are the number one listeners, as you know. As everybody knows, the VeganSteven listeners are the top shelf of podcast listeners. Okay. Japanese theatre to stage Bakuti versions of Star Wars. Okay. Who's Kabuki? I don't know. It's spelled Kabuki. So Japanese theatre to stage Kabu. Is it Bukaki? Bukaki? Isn't Bukaki that weird thing where a lot of people come on a girl's face? Like 50 lads come on some girl's face. Isn't that Bukaki? Okay, this is something else anyway, I hope. Otherwise it's going to be a very feckin' disgusting. Imagine showing up to a theatre show, it's just some poor entity there. I don't know if they're male or female or what's going on with them. It's just a lot of lads just finishing themselves, looking for us to degrade themselves. Plays combine plots for blockbuster franchise of feature Okay, traditional acting. There you are. Fair play to them. Okay, Fox News, 7 hours ago. Fox News' entertainment news is the number 2 news source. As everyone knows, VeganSteven is the number 1 news source for most reliable news. Fox News, 7 hours ago, has a picture of your boy Trump. Apparently Trump has so many skin, like, you know, hair grafts, that the back of his head doesn't have... Yeah. But listen, I'll get fake hair when I'm older. There's no shame in that, you know. Hello, says Slats, King Slats again. How you getting on? Listen, the picture of Trump here. He's looking well. Apparently he's on amphetamines. Apparently he's like 80 years old and he's still fucking running around. JF Kennedy fucking was on amphetamines and had sex with fucking everything that ran or walked or limped or whatever. So, are amphetamines the way to go? Apparently amphetamines are a cousin drug of crack cocaine. So it's a slippery slope there. Trumpy. But yeah, read his book. It was alright. Here we go. Yeah, the deal. Moving on. The sense of living in parallel universe is spreading. Everyone knows that the media seems permanently divided into 2 camps. Okay, I'm just going to read this again. I don't know if this is a quote or what the fuck's going on. Fuck it, we'll just move on. I don't care. BBC News, you can rewind if you want to hear it. India pollution. Supreme Court says world laughing at smog. This is on the 25th of November. Once again, sorry. The time is 16:32. The date is the 27th of the 11th, 2019. Once again, the 27th of the 11th, 2019. BBC News reports. VeganSteven is the forefront of news. Here we go. India pollution. Supreme Court says world laughing at smog. India's Supreme Court has said the world is laughing at India over pollution issues. The Supreme Court came down heavily on federal state. Alright, and that's all the world news we have time for today. On to Russia Today. Russia Today. Professor lampooned on social media after claiming trees release oxygen at night. Don't they? They do, don't they? They take in carbon monoxide during the day and release oxygen at night. Okay, let's see what the scientist has to say anyway. I could be wrong. Pakistani Prime Minister has been accused of dabbling in divinous science after stating that trees pump out oxygen even when the sun isn't out. The gaffe was immediately seized upon by quick-winded Twitter users. Okay, hang on. This is a lot of bullshit. This is just a little. They're just debating over something someone said on the fucking internet. Where a tweet is news. I don't know. Seems a bit wacky to me. Rage against the lavatory. Broken toilets in ISS reportedly broken down. Oh my word. This is Russia Today, by the way. In what can only be described as a complete disaster, $19,000 Russian-made toilets on board the ISS are out of order. Thankfully, the crew have supply of emergency. Yeah, so there you are. Oh my god. Okay. Satire is about democratic debate. It says here, German TV channel sheds comic who likened Greta Thunberg to Hitler and Stalin. Okay, so here we have... I don't think you're allowed to make fun of Greta because she's like 16, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. So you're not allowed to make fun of her because she's 16, which is fine. But someone made a joke about her and they got fired because, as everybody knows, politicians have a great sense of humour. So well done for firing that comedian, because he made a joke Well done. He needs to be fucking stopped. Alright, let's go. Toying with Musk. Lego unveils its own shatterproof car model inspired by Tesla's Cybertruck. Alright, so there's some publicity stunt where Mr. Tesla, my dad told me this today, so I don't know how true it is. Apparently Tesla was there, being the boy. And, oh Jesus, he smashed a window. Elon Musk, as y'all know, likes to smoke a spliff on podcasts, which makes his stock price go down. Anyway, here we go. We're staying on point. Elon Musk someone smashed his car window or something. He was selling the car. He was like, listen, I'm selling this new car. It's like a hybrid or whatever. It's mad fashionable and all the rest of it. I'm raising money to go to Mars because I want to help improve the human race, and this is one way of yada 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 yada. So apparently the Tesla, Elon Musk said, listen, I have these windows, they're indestructible. They did a press conference, someone broke the windows and there was outcry or something. Who gives a fuck about window? I don't know. It's all just like, the whole thing is an ad. No one seems to realise it's just an ad. Everyone's talking about it because it's an ad for a car. It's like one of the best publicity stunts whichever could have. It's a fucking amazing it's a master stroke of media manipulation. It's so fucking good. Anyway, Elon Musk's one of the smartest fuckers ever. Very great. Okay, here we go. Vegan news. 18 hours ago. VeganSteven, making veganism cool again. Veganism used to be cool in the 80s, man. And I'm bringing it back. Here we go. Nursing slammed by angry parents after introducing vegan-only menu. Oh my word! I was in hospital there and nearly died this year. I was really stressed out and smoking all day every day for like 3 weeks straight or something. My throat gave up and started closing up and all the rest of it. I was in hospital, clinging on to dear life, shite crack, and basically I'm a vegan or whatever, no big deal. And how you getting on, boy? And I needed a bit of vegan diet, and they gave me lots of apples and bananas, and I was happy out. And then I got some of my own food. So you can survive in hospitals as a vegan. It's grand. Even in Ireland, and that was public. Okay. James Wiki defends Netflix vegan documentary after backlash. Metro 19 hours ago. Okay. We're moving on. Mental health news. Okay, here we go. Distraught mum, this is the Irish Mirror one day ago. Distraught mum says delayed mental health proposals would have saved her daughter life. Are you blaming other people for not taking responsibility of your own problems? Are you blaming people for I don't know, suicide's shite crack and it kills more people than cancer? So I don't know, it's a complicated issue. It's a very complicated issue. Should they teach mental health in school? I would recommend it. I would recommend teaching mental health in school. But sure, look, I'm just a lad in a shed. What do I know about what's good for people? General election 2019. I'm running for Pope 2020, by the way. General election 2019. Voting inside a mental health unit. Okay, grand. They may have a little bit more time in their hands, so maybe they can actually research the politicians, unlike people who are rushed off their feet. I don't know. A lot of different ways to think about it. General election 2019. You can't make jokes about people with mental health problems. I don't know, man. I was in one of those places for a few weeks, man. I didn't think I was ever going to come out. General election 2019. How you can vote as a mental health patient. Okay, grand. Post-millennials struggles. Okay, something to do with anxiety and post-millennials. Alright. There you are. So that's what it was, you know. It definitely. Ross, your boy. When's John coming on the podcast? John and Ross, when are they coming on the podcast? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Alright, we've only got 10 minutes left of the VeganSteven podcast. I can confirm that I am currently out of coffee and I am on the Lucozade. Oh my god. Yeah. Man, ex-girlfriends, what's up with that? Calling you out of the blue, eh? I don't know, I don't know, ex-girlfriends are fucking weird enough. Are they your ex-girlfriends for a reason? I don't know. Here we go. Israel has lost even pretense or respect for international law. Alright. I don't know. America and all the big boys just cheat all the time, so I don't know. I think following the law. I don't know. There's a bit to be said for the dark arts. Get stuff done, but hurts your morals a bit sometimes, you know. Yeah. So Blackmail, shy crack, isn't it? The Queen's son, who's 60 years old, apparently riding kids. There we are. You heard it here first. I don't know. Let's see what the crack is with Tony Robbins. He's one of my heroes, to be honest. I know he's a bit of a. He's done some questionable things, but sure, look. All right, what's he up to now? I'd still hang out with him, like still go for a drink with him and all the rest of it, like. He'd be good crack. Okay, motivational speaker Tony Robbins delivering his masterclass at Pendulum Summit 2016 at the. Okay, it doesn't matter. Did someone say Scientology? Did someone say make jokes about Scientology? Did someone say that Scientology just came to Ireland? Did someone say that. What's that? Scientology just came to Ireland, did they? Oh fuck, Scientology, they're in Ireland. Fuck. And they just opened a church there, didn't they, on the south side of Ireland? And jeez, yeah. And did you hear that Scientology have these little notebooks all around Ireland for people with mental health problems and drug problems, and they say, oh, come to this building and we'll give you a free fucking counselling, and the poor person shows up with a drug problem, mental health problems, and who's there? Oh, Scientology, oh, cheers Scientology, cheers for helping out the Irish mental health problem in fucking Ireland. I know, apparently you're not allowed to slag Scientology because they have no sense of humour. Now listen, Scientology, if you want to prove to me that you are a bit of crack, don't sue me. Alright, here we go. American health guru Tony Robbins is suing US news website BuzzFeed for defamation in Dublin. I don't know what BuzzFeed has nothing to do with Dublin, but anyway. Or Tony Robbins. Unless BuzzFeed have their base in Ireland for tax breaks reasons, like the way Apple does. Ireland's good for tax breaks, so a lot of corporations come here. Apparently Ireland is owed like $1 billion in back tax from Apple. I don't know what the actual numbers are, but some mad shit going on with corporations, allegedly. I don't know. I heard that VeganSteven's a fictional character, so okay, here we go. Entertainment news. This sexual misconduct from person in power. What a surprise. Now, as I said, like, my wife isn't even born yet, so I'll be getting married when I'm fucking 60 to some 30-year-old, so like, lads who are after power hungry and all the rest just generally get in trouble. JFK was on amphetamines and he just had sex with everything that around him, like he had sex with Marilyn Monroe while he was married, and his brother also had sex with her as well, so that's a bit weird, isn't it? Riding the same girl as your brother. It's a bit weird. While we're talking about people who like kids. I was studying what was that guy called? Woody Allen. Man, he's a smart guy. He's very smart. I was studying a lot of his interviews yesterday. I was learning about his method of producing films, because he comes out with a new film every year, sometimes 2 films a year, and he does it by having a very small team. They did the same thing for making Joker and Joaquin Phoenix and all the rest of it. They had a very small team, so they have really good communication. They work really low budget, so there's not a lot of pressure from outside investors. So if you want to make a film really fast, have a small team, leave out outside investors-ish, as in, generally what people do who are successful is they make the film and then they sell it, auction it off to someone at the end, so they don't have people fucking around with their art. Mr. Robbins, solicitor, Paul tweeted he defended the client's sue in Ireland. Oh, Jesus. So it's actually, okay, so it seems that he did sexual misconduct in Ireland, it looks, and that's why it's going to court in Ireland. Jeepers. And there's some kind of Twitter wars going on. I don't know, man. People love to build people up and then tear them down, so I don't know. As I already said, like, your man Tony Robbins, I don't know, people get politically assassinated by saying you touch someone and all the rest of it, so I don't know. It's hard to know what's going on, what people's agendas are. Like, he could have pissed off someone and then they're like, well, I'll show you. I know, some lad called Shane Peelan. Well, there's usually where there's smoke there's fire, I guess, in a way, so he is getting sued for, I don't know if he touched a penis or a vagina, or if he was just touching himself on stage, or what happened, but the High Court in Dublin is not happy with Tony Robbins, I'll tell you that. Detailing alleged misconduct. Okay, I don't know. It doesn't give any names or whatever, so it's just a court case. Who knows? We just had a lot of court cases with Michael Jackson, but maybe he was innocent. I don't know. It is the VeganSteven podcast. This is every day. We are on our final 2.5 minutes of the podcast. And the main camera is down, which is a good sign, because it means that all the things happen. So listen, what is the title for today's podcast? What will we call it? We shall call it VeganSteven podcast it's been emotional. I had a great time hanging out with my dad today. We're doing manly shit. We're fixing roofs. We're using a hairdryer on a roof to fucking fix it and all the rest of it. Do you know when someone calls you up and they're like, here, help me move a fridge or something, and you're like, oh Jesus, I got the call, come and help me fix a roof. It's like, oh no. So up there, scared of heights, you know yourself. It's raining today as well, so do you know, that's the crack anyway. Sure, look, talking to a pilot today, talking about strong handshakes, and he said he doesn't, this pilot says he doesn't trust people who have a weak handshake, and I was like, yeah, there's some kind of mad subconscious shit goes on with your head, like when you get a weak handshake, you kind of like, you almost don't trust them. It's kind of like weird, like, I don't know. I've heard a few stories, I've seen a few things, like been out late at night drinking with certain pilots, and then they're like, oh yeah, sure, fuck it, I fucking work in the morning. And I've been out pretty, like, I've been with pilots who had to fly the next day based on 1 hour's sleep, and like driving to work absolutely still drunk, and then fly a plane to Ibiza, no bother. So I don't know, the world's still going, so I guess drink driving an airplane's fine. I don't know. Apparently, like what a lot of people do when they airplanes go down is actually lack of fuel. That's how Country Road, John Denver crashed his plane. He had a fight with his dad about how much fuel to put in the plane, and he's like, "Here, you're gonna run out of fuel. Right, we've only got 23 seconds left of the podcast." And yeah, it turned out my uncle actually built a plane in his garage, so that was fucking mad. We were talking to the pilot about that, me and the dad, and my dad showed him a picture of my uncle flying the plane and all that. It's a bit mad, it's a bit mad. Because when you find out your uncle build a plane, you think you can do it. Alright, goodbye. That's the end of the podcast for Instagram. And the Instagram is gone, and it was lovely, it was gorgeous. So we're just going to wrap up everything. Okay, I just want to say something. I was absolutely terrified this morning. There was a break in my routine and so on. I didn't think I could do the podcast. I really didn't think I could do it. I was really fucking scared. And I did it. I fucking did it. It's absolutely crazy. It's amazing the power of negative self-talk, isn't it? Every night I listen to 8 to 10 hours of motivational, like you're gonna make loads of money and you're really good and you're gonna be successful, and doing stuff like you might have watched me in the podcast. I was doing like just lying around the place because your subconscious goes, fuck, if you're lying back and nearly like really relaxed, then everything just acts relaxed. It's mad. It's like if you act really tense, you will be tense. I know it seems really obvious, but if you want to be relaxed, you just gotta go in the position of someone who would be relaxed, so like lying back and just be like, oh, I'm so chill. And then your subconscious or habits, the way habits form and so on. Yeah, I don't know. Life's absolutely crazy. Life is absolutely insane. The more you learn, the more you're like, I know fuck all about life. I'm still a bit unsure about the pace of this podcast. Should I do it all hyper and fast, or should I do it nice and kind of talking and chill like this? I don't know. I just have to be myself. The answer is within, isn't it? Because if I go what people say, I'm just kind of leading myself on, because I'm just kind of pretending to do what people want rather than being myself. And the only reason anyone watches this podcast is because I am myself amplified. Alright, that's it. If you want to kick ass, be yourself. I'm looking up frames. It might be some good for you guys to look into if you want. It's how to, say for example, if you're attacked by a group of bullies, how to be like, oh, how you getting on, friends? Do you want a can? And they're just like, oh shit, I thought we were enemies. What's going on here? I don't know. It's a lot of mad psychology behind changing frames and stuff. It's some kind of weird, deep psychology shit. Okay, goodbye. I'm sick of looking at you. I'll see you tomorrow.